Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today, I'm doing a little turkey experiment. Now, this is something I've never done. I'm gonna do a rotisserie style turkey on my Primo Grill. Now, I cooked a chicken over the weekend and it turned out phenomenal. Had great flavor. You could really taste that royal oak lump charcoal I cooked it over. Now, I wanna see if I can get those same flavors in this big bird. I don't know if my motor is gonna spin it because this thing weighs about 11.5 pounds, but if it turns it and the skin turns out and I can get it done, I think it's gonna be really good. Let's get to cooking. So I bought this bird, let it sit in the refrigerator for about a week to thaw out. I wanted it completely thaw. And then to get some flavor on the inside, I dropped it down in a brine. And my brine's simple, y'all. I take one of my big meat bags, drop it down in a bucket, put the thawed turkey in there, dump in about half a bottle of bird brine, and just cover the turkey up with cold water until it's right over the top. Seal the bag up and stick that dude in the refrigerator for about 24 hours. You just want it to soak in that brine. So the next day, I'm just pulling this turkey out of the brine, letting all that moisture drip off of it, and then putting it out on some paper towels and blotting it as dry as I can get it. So that's where we're at now. Now I always stick a bunch of that paper towel in the cavity because the cavity holds moisture. You can see it's soaked up a bunch, but this bird's fairly dry. If you wanted to get it a little more dry, you could stick it in the refrigerator, but today, since we're experimenting, I'm just gonna run it. Now for a rotisserie turkey, you wanna tie it up because we want it to stay in a nice little package. You can see I got the legs kind of tucked in that excess skin there. That's kind of holding them, but it's not gonna be enough. I don't want the wings flapping around. I don't want the legs flapping around. So I've got me some butcher twine. I'm gonna start underneath the neck. I'm gonna bring it right down along these wings, right down the body of the turkey. And then we're gonna raise that wing up and wrap it back around and then come up and over that flapper. And then we're just gonna take the string right down along that leg and go right around it one time. We're gonna do the same thing for this opposite side. So I've got my string, we're going right underneath that wing, right around it, come back along that flapper to tuck it in, right down the leg, and then back around. You can wrap that a couple times to make sure it's good and tight. Tie it tight, come back with your scissors, trim off the excess. Before we put the turkey on the rod, I wanna fill this cavity up. So I've stuck an apple and a whole peeled onion in the cavity. I want some extra mass in this turkey. It's gonna help it cook even, but it's also gonna help it stay on the spit. It's gonna give me something to kind of push back against the middle of the turkey, and that'll help it spin instead of just sit in one place. Also, it's gonna give us a little flavor. So now I'm just gonna take this rod, and we're going right through. I'm gonna try to get through this, get through the onion, get through the apple. Now we're coming out the neck end, and all I'm gonna do is bring the turkey down until we get it secured on the spits. That feels pretty tight there. Now we're ready for the opposite side. We're just gonna take our little forks. It's gonna go right in, some of that breast meat. You want it tight, that's what's gonna make it spin. Just to make sure those wings don't flap around, I don't trust my trussing. I'm going to run one string over the top. I don't want them flailing around. That seems like that'd be important to me. And I will have a little string over the breast, but that's okay, because now it looks like it'll spin a little better. Looks like it'll rotate to me. Let's go to the grill. So now I'm gonna fire up my Primo Grill with the rotisserie attachment. I took out the cooking grate, took out the heat deflector. I want those hot coals right below this turkey. I've got a charcoal chimney, filling it up with royal oak lump, couple tumbleweeds, get it good and hot. After about 15 minutes, just spread the coals out right in the bottom of the grill. Now I want the cooking temp to be about 375, so I'm just gonna gap my vent open at the top about 1 inch and about the same on the bottom. With those direct coals underneath it, it's gonna hold it just perfect. So I've done nothing to the turkey, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the grill over these hot coals. Now for this one, all you do is lay it in these guides, make sure it pushes up in the motor. You should feel it go in. Then we're gonna turn it on, see if we can get some rotate. We got a spinning turkey, y'all. Now let me show you how I'm gonna season. I purposely didn't season this turkey on the board because I wanted to get it really even. So I'm just giving it a little paint job here on the grill. This is gonna help that skin brown, but it's also gonna help my seasoning stick. Today, I'm doing a little Cajun flavored turkey. I've got Killer Hogs Bayou blend. You could use whatever seasoning you like on it, but I want it to be rotating so I can kind of season it really even. I'm not gonna get too heavy, but you can see it's letting me get all sides of this turkey. It's not gonna be splotchy this way. Now we're just gonna close the lid, and I'm gonna hold this Primo at 375, at least that's my goal. I think it's gonna take about 2.5 hours, but I do have a new thermometer that I'm gonna be able to stick in it. We'll be able to monitor it as the cook goes. So we've been rocking about 45 minutes. And look, we've already starting to get some color going. Skin's starting to draw up some. I was worried about that a little bit. The backside's looking real good, but I don't wanna get it too dark. So I spread the coals out for that first about 45 minutes. Now I'm gonna take my tool and I'm just gonna kind of rake some of these hot coals out of the middle. Just kind of get them over on the edges. That way I've got a little void underneath it. I've already got some good looking skin. I just don't want it to get too dark. And since I got it open, I'm gonna go ahead and get a probe in it. I've got this new ThermalWorks RF meat that I'm trying today. This is meant to be left in the pit, no wires. It sends signal back to the receiver. I'm just gonna put it in the turkey here. Try to stay away from any metal. That way I can see internal temperatures. While I got it open, I'm just gonna touch up the skin a little. Close the lid, we're gonna keep on rocking. But now I can watch the temperature. So this turkey cooked way faster than I thought. I mean, it's only been on an hour and a half, and we're already at 160 degrees internal. That's where I want to stop them. So let's open it up and take a look at it. Now I haven't messed with it since we sprayed it, but the skin looks beautiful on it. Still rotating good. It's got a crispy look. Seasoning looks awesome. I want to always verify any probe I have in one with the handheld thermometer. So let's just go in this opposite breast, see what the internal is. Look at that. 162. So it's telling me it's done, y'all. I'm gonna get me some gloves because y'all, this is gonna be the hot part because that rod is up to 375 degrees at least. That's where it's been rocking the whole time. Got my motor off. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna dislodge it from the unit, but that turkey is beautiful. I can't wait to try it. But I gotta let it rest. This is the hard part. I want it to carry over a little bit. I'm gonna move it right here to the cutting board. I'm just gonna set it on this little tray in case some juice comes out while I'm resting it. I'm gonna let this thing rest for about 15, 20 minutes. I'm in no hurry to cut into it. I don't want to try to take all this stuff off. I can leave my probe in, watch it carry over. Hour and a half cook. That was super fast. It's a good looking bird so far. All right, it's rested for about 20 minutes. That's about all I can take because I really want to taste this bird. So now I'm gonna pull it off. So let's just take our forks out. Try to pull this one back. If all goes right, it ought to slide right out. That was pretty smooth. Now you'll have to excuse my tie job. It didn't do as good as I hoped because the wings did spread out, but I don't claim to be no expert trusser, but it worked. It spun and it stayed on the spit. That was the main thing. But the bird looks fantastic. I mean, it has that rotisserie look to it. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and cut this truss loose. The tie worked, it just didn't hold the wings like I thought it would. I probably should have went underneath the body instead of down the leg, but hey, learned something here at How to Barbecue Right. Most important part, how does this rotisserie turkey taste? I'm gonna do a little dissecting. I'm gonna try that crunchy part right there. Turkey wing is excellent. Way crispier skin than on the pellet grill. It has more of a lump charcoal grilled flavor than just a straight smoked turkey. I really like it. I mean, it's rotisserie. I mean, that's all it is. It's rotisserie flavor. I know it's not the prettiest bird that I've ever cooked. I'm making up for it in the flavor and getting that crust the way I want it because that's really important in turkey. I like that outside skin. I want to eat it. Look at this. It's juicy, cooked all the way through. That's gonna be some good turkey, y'all. Let's try it. The texture is just buttery soft. A little bite of skin, a little crunch, you get the seasoning on it, flavored through and through. This will give smoked turkey a run for its money any day. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us today at How to Barbecue Right. If y'all like what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel. You know you can find us on all the social platforms at How to Barbecue Right. And Shell and I will be talking about this rotisserie style turkey, all the other delicious stuff we're doing for the Thanksgiving holidays on our weekly podcast. So y'all tune in and give that a listen too. We'll see you next time. I don't know, man. I might have to bring the rotisserie turkey out on Thanksgiving Day. It's quick, it's easy, better than smoked turkey, I think.